Good afternoon, everyone. A viewer of mine from Portugal said, hey, look at this hot spot in the Arctic. Water temperatures seems to be centered around the North Atlantic Ridge as it extends up into the Arctic. Zoom in here underwater so we can take a look at the region. Also staying in sea ice from March this year. Giant iceberg mission thwarted by ice. YouTube back at it, putting Wikipedia global warming articles under my videos because, well, you're supposed to believe in global warming and CO2 and any other theory out there just is, well, they can't let you believe and make your own opinion. Speaking of that, I have in-depth analysis at Mini Ice Age Conversations podcast, tri-weekly, anywhere you can find a podcast on the net. Now, with all the heat going on, especially around Norway, which is dissipated, it's only 13 degrees Celsius at the moment on the land there, so that heat wave that the media touted just last week is already finished. It's moved south again down to Spain because of the dust storms coming up from Africa. And as the grand solar minimum intensifies, jet streams are moving around. Also, volcanoes globally are starting to uptick. This was sent to me by a viewer out of Portugal. Thank you so much for this slide. Pointing out that the Arctic water temperature is 19.1 degrees Celsius at approximately 78 degrees north, 5 degrees east. Highlighted there in the green circle. So I wonder if it is still anomalous temperatures there. So today taking a look, same temperatures, 19.1 degrees Celsius. What is going on out there? So I jumped over to Google Earth. And I started to zoom in around the area to take a look underwater to see, are there any underwater volcanoes going off at the moment? It is on the mid-Atlantic ridge. What you see on the left is Greenland and Svalbard, the seed bank for the world. That's where that island is right there. Zooming in a bit closer, I circled it in yellow. You can see the anomaly area. Now, those of you that are familiar with underwater volcanic formations, that's not my strong suit. Perhaps you can show me or tell me what this is, and do you think indeed there are underwater volcanoes in this area based on what we're seeing? I did circle here in yellow what I thought could be a mount undersea because this seems to be in the Holzgad fracture zone. So how many of these underwater volcanoes are going off right now that are not being measured by Volcano Discovery or the USGS or anybody in that realm, because we're just not seeing the ash and smoke? Now, it's just my opinion and my conjecture, but perhaps this is an underwater eruption, massive, to change the water temperatures this much around this location. Now, searching a little bit further up into the Arctic, right around 80 degrees north latitude, I found this anomaly. Now, are they trying to block something out up there? Because it looks like a cone in itself, but I'll leave it there for you. If you do have Google Earth, jump over to these coordinates and take a look. You'll see the exact same thing. Now, staying on the theme of the Arctic, as I do my research, I always have slides that are just randoms that I find in a file months later as I'm cleaning out my computer and trying to update and do compilation videos, etc. But here we go. This is one I found from March 2nd. BBC News. Mission to giant A68 berg thwarted by sea ice. You have to realize this is back in March. They thought they could get there, but they were turned around. We have seen this again and again and again on these scientific exploratory missions, if you will. The sea ice seems to be increasing, but I love how they say that it's more sea ice because of global warming that creates more sea ice. I'll let you try to decipher how heat creates ice. And again, it seems as if any controversial video showing the very opposite, scientific data-wise, straight from government agencies, that goes against what politicians are saying. Ooh, you have to be babysat and shown a global warming Wikipedia article entry because it's all about CO2. Because this video that I did was calling out Jerry Brown's misstatements, saying that it's the warmest in 10,000 years of the climate due to the fires, and the fires are all based on the hot conditions, and it's the warmest in 10,000 years since civilization began. I pointed out very quickly that the GISP2 ice core data set shows far warmer temperatures 8,000 years, 7,000 years, 5,000, 1,000 years ago than it does today. And here we are. Oh, Wikipedia article right under the entry. Thanks, babysitters. At least now people can see the two sets of information and compare and go, wow, that Wikipedia article is just bogus and garbage, and so is Jerry Brown's statements about this being the warmest in 10,000 years, the heat. YouTube, I am so happy you put both of those up there so people can now compare and see the lies that are in that global warming Wikipedia entry. Thank you so much. And if you like this type of information and content, please subscribe to the channel and click that bell so you can get the latest updates. If you like this in a more written form, steamit.com. I'm putting all the images and text on there, as well as the Tri-Weekly podcast, Mini Ice Age Conversations, more in-depth analysis on these very same issues.